Okay, we have here exponential functions. The main thing to notice about an exponential function is that the x is actually an exponent. So here in this equation, you see the 2x plus 2. That x is what's going to change, either be a 2, a 1, a negative 1, a negative 2. And the y, as usual, is the f of x. So that's what defines and actually makes an exponential function. The other idea behind an exponential function is that it's going to have a curved line rather than a straight line. These are the two main attributes of what makes an exponential function. And as we see here, as we plug in numbers 2, 1, 0, negative 1, and negative 2, we have various numbers here, all that are going to be ultimately positive. There's not going to be a y result that's going to be negative in this situation. It could be that the plus 2 part could bring it into the negative, but just by itself, the outcome of it is going to be positive. So even though the x could be negative, the y result is going to have to be positive, unless that part there, like say the 2x plus 2, that 2x could be 2x plus minus 6, and then that would bring that into the negative side. And now that we look at this graph, we see the plus 2 part has lifted the graph off of the x-axis. So otherwise you would have asymptote of 0, but the plus 2 part lifts it up those two spaces so that this exponential curve is above that x-axis by 2 spots. And you can see this portrayed here on the bottom right, where you're seeing the 2 spaces moved up of the entire graph. It's just a shift upward, or a transformation of plus 2. Here we just emphasize the same information, we just highlighted it a little more. We have this graph here, the function f of x equals 2x plus 2, and I just want to show you how that back number there, the plus 2, whatever it does, whether it increases or decreases, is going to move the graph up or down. So here you're going to see that happen. If the number were only 1, it would go down like that. But then again, if it were, say, 3, it would go up like that. And then again, if it were, say, change it back to 1 again, it would go back down to that. And this is just a quick and easy way to see how the entire graph, or the entire curve of a function, can be changed by that back number there. And that number, the 1, the 2, the 3, is really the indication of the asymptote away from the x-axis of 0.